Hello, I have some big ones behind me, don't I? Nothing wrong with some big ones, hey? like, yeah, but they aren't subtle, are they? So, I thought I'd haul out the big ones today. Give them a bit of a haul. So, hello and welcome to part two of William Broad, and I've only got Humphrey's hat in today. And so I thought, well, since I've done part one, I may as well do part two in the process. Hadn't I? That sounds good. So yeah, I thought, well, I've done part one, so I better go through and do part two. So here comes part two. And part two begins with him not needing a gun. And I do remember that the gun lobby weren't particularly pleased with this song, because obviously being an anti-gun song, they're not exactly going to be 100% for it, are they? Now, the thing that always kind of got me about this cover is that looking at his hair, it's sort of a little bit uneven. To sort of, on our left, it looks a little bit longer at the side than the right. But then I'm sort of wondering if that's part of an effect from the thing behind him, maybe. I don't know. But it always struck me as being, he's got a little bit longer on one side than the other, which I suppose you could argue is a bit of an 80s thing. So like hair did what it wanted to do back then. Well, no, hair did what the hairspray told it to do back then. Yeah, Billy doing that really 80s fingerless gloves thing. I mean, in his case, they're leather. So yeah, like could never really kind of work that out. You've got fingerless gloves, so how do you keep your fingers warm? Oh, I don't know. You're still blowing on them, I suppose. And next up is Sweet 16, and him lovingly posing with his guitar. And this is a double pack, but the other bonus is that it's purple vinyl. Both are purple vinyl, and if it will let me, there we are. There we go. Clear purple vinyl, so the idea is what you should see me behind it. But the other thing is that it's a poster as well. So in order to show you this, I'm going to remove those. Now, like you would have seen with other videos, I generally don't open these out, so sometimes it's a bit of a surprise to me as to okay. It's kind of like a blown up version of, yeah. There we go. You can put that up on your wall next to you. I look at that and half expect to sort of see sort of smash hits, Billy Idol or something like that. But there we go. I'd like to think that, well, I certainly wouldn't have ripped that off and shoved it on my wall if I'd bought it new. I never did that with any of the things that I bought new like that. I love how it sort of obviously tells us bonus pin-up. Well, who's to say that you want to use pins? You might want to use blue tack or sticky tape or something like that. Not advisable though, especially with the oil stains that blue tack would eventually give you. And in keeping with the Sweet 16 trend, I've got a blue vinyl copy that's a bit shy. Here we are. It's matches the cover very well, doesn't it? So I can either have a purple 16 or a blue 16. I suppose depending on the time of year, doesn't it? And next up, I was a bit surprised that a fourth single was released from this, but it sure was. Soul Standing By. Hey, and I said that without tripping up over it too. That's a pretty decent... so I trip up over that effort, I think is the word I was looking for. So yeah, there he is again on his tummy, sort of crawling through the sand with ropes and things. He's obviously looking for that soul standing by. I wonder what kind of soul. Well, certainly not ones from shoes. You were waiting for me to do that one, weren't you? Yes. The resounding yes. Yeah, it looks like he's down at the beach hiding behind the sand hills or something. And next up is his live recording of Mony Mony. And I always loved this version. Makes you wonder who he's directly pointing at, doesn't it? So, you're my Mony. I'll be your Mony. You'll definitely be Mony. I wonder how much Mony he did have. A kind of iconic photo of him on the other side there too, with him like doing the whole... Nothing does Billy Idol quite like Billy Idol. And next up is Hot in the City, which was a re-recording, I think. Yeah, I bought this new. I'm pretty sure that was a re-recording, because it's got original version appears on the sort of album Billy Idol. Oh, damn this thing. So he obviously decided he wanted it a bit hotter in the city. Let's re-record it. So let's get a bit hotter in the city. So he's got the temperature all the way up to 100. Surprised there isn't some kind of thing of it bursting up the top. Maybe that's yet to happen. Well, I suppose he's given us a choice of Fahrenheit or Celsius. Billy gives us either an F or a C to choose from. So Billy gives us an F or a C to get hot in the city with. And next up is Cradle of Love. Yeah, Cradle of Love, it almost felt like a comeback single for me at the time. But it worked. It was a good one. I kind of look at that photo and think, my God, that must have been... It looks like a giant spider. Can't quite work out what he's trying to do there, but it doesn't look very comfortable regardless. It doesn't look very cradling. And I suppose to the right person, though, it is loving. I'd be worried about some of those things getting entangled in things. What things? Some things. Other things? Those things? Maybe those things. It actually looks like they could be something from Mad Max. Mad Billy. Mad Billy Max. That sounds like something Australian, doesn't it? And lucky last is his version of LA Woman from The Doors, because he was in the Doors movie. Now the interesting thing is that looking at the single to this, is that it's an edited version, but then it will tell you that a different version appears on the LP, Charmed Life. So it's one of those things of where you buy the single, you get one version, but it's telling you buy the LP and you'll get another version. A lot of the times though, you'd get your radio edits and stuff like that, so it could be a couple of bits trimmed here and there so that it could be a bit more, I suppose, well, not radio friendly, but more likely for the radio stations to play it, exceptions being Bohemian Rhapsody and Hey Jude and things like that. But yeah, for whatever reason, sometimes they would edit it for radio. The idea is so that they would be able to play more songs in the hour, that's why. But the other thing that gets me about this is that, my goodness me, there's certainly some nasty studs there. Ooh, nothing worse than a nasty stud. And then we find that he can take them off and shove them on birthday cakes or something. Other than that, what else could you do with a nasty stud? Oh, well, you start from point one and just go from there. So anyway, that's the last of Mr. Broad there. Hello! And hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you did, I don't think I'll do the voice for Please Do All the Lights. Actually, that could be Please Do All the Lights. No, that doesn't do it. So if you did enjoy this, thank you very much for watching. Please do all the lights and subscribe and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff that I wave my hands around and everything. And like I say, please take care, and hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Ciao.